when we talked about what is the vision and national service, I think it does not begin or should not begin at the high school level. I think it needs to go to the primary school level.
Leveraging and launching our creative industries in the country.
That's gotten mixed reviews.
Well, I think what got mixed reviews is not the concept, but the labeling.
What we do today will affect those coming after us.
A huge fire engulfs a shantytown in eastern New Providence. NB12 was there for the blaze and the smoky aftermath. A bizarre find in bushes in the Cable Beach area leaves animal experts baffled. Vendors at Arawak Key and Potter's Key docks still owe thousands of dollars to the government. Plus, July 10th has passed, but 40th Independence celebrations continue. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Nakia DeVoe, and this is NB12. Thanks for joining us here at Cable 12 Studios. A raging fire fueled by propane tank explosions destroyed another shantytown on New Providence, leaving dozens of people displaced. Firefighters battled the huge blaze off Joe Farrington Road last night, and our news team was there to capture it all. Here's Jasmine Bonamy with a report.
We're just off Joe Farrington Road, and it's just before midnight, and officers here are still trying to control the blaze. In fact, right now they say one of their worst fears is that the blaze will spread to another cluster of homes in the area.
Fire Chief Assistant Superintendent Walter Evans says 4 trucks responded to the scene last night after the blaze broke out before 9 p.m. Evans said the fire spread quickly as officers tried to put it out. He added that flammable liquids in the area helped fuel the massive fire that destroyed the wooden homes in just minutes.
There may have been some quantity of flammable liquids, namely gasoline, kerosene, or even diesel. They may have been stored on the inside of some of these facilities. And because we've seen where there are some machines like lawnmowers, you have grass cutters.
Evans says it's estimated that 40 to 50 homes were destroyed. Today they estimated that even more homes were destroyed. At the scene last night, residents tried to put out the flames themselves using buckets of water, while others scurried to save whatever they could before rushing from the chaotic scene. Haitian ambassador to the Bahamas, Antonio Rodrigue, was also at the scene last night assessing the damage.
It's very terrible what's going on here. And all those people today, we don't know where they are, what happened to them.
While authorities say everyone was lucky enough to escape, many of the shanty town's residents say they lost everything, like this man who says he rescued his daughter and grandchild from their burning home.
When I came down, I only want get my grandchild and my daughter and one radio and three clothes. All this house went up, everything went up.
Through the help of a translator, Shantytown resident Eric John Charles said he lost all his documents in the fire.
He says that what he has on now is all that he's left with. He was out, he received a phone call, came home, and he wasn't able to save anything. His passport, visas, every piece of important document that he has is lost.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to baka sambela presque. Bon, mbaka du gisa balfe. Bon, yes.
Well, his final word is that only God knows what is going to happen with everybody out there.
And it was shortly after midnight after officers finally got the blaze under control and the rain began to fall.
This latest fire came weeks after the government revealed it would be cracking down on shantytowns. Elizabeth MP Ryan Pinder says it's clear the issue needs to be addressed.
We want to find a solution that's in the best interest of everybody. Certainly this area has been the focus of a lot of concern and a lot of really complaints around the surrounding area, and to find an equitable remedy to it all. Certainly we don't think that this is connected in any way to that initiative, and the government always wants to do things in a humane way, respecting human life and respecting the inhabitants here, and this just provides another challenge in being able to do that. But certainly we in the community have come together before to assist in times of tragedy.
And it's that assistance that many residents will need, according to Haitian pastor Silinaire St. Louis.
But right now, a lot of people lost their clothes, a lot of passport, work permit, bridge certificate, you know, they lost everything. But we get asked they could be human community, since they never tied with us. But right now, we ask that they help for them, and then whatever they could do for the people, for clothes, for shoes, for everything.
As the residents try to piece their lives back together, fire department officials say it's still too early to determine how the fire started. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
When NB12 returned to the scene this morning, Haitian pastors as well as emergency management and social services officials were meeting with the homeless in a tiny church in that Shantytown to determine what assistance is needed. Officials say their top priority at this point is providing food, clothes, and temporary shelter. Vonique Toot has this angle.
Hours after fire swallowed as many as 75 wooden structures, residents returned to the site this morning and sifted through ash and rubble in search of scrap metal. NEMA's director, Captain Stephen Russell, estimates that more than 100 people are now homeless. Some residents told us that even before last night's fire, they were given 30 days to pack up and go.
Last night I wake up, I go and work 6 o'clock this morning. I come in 9. Tell me come in, I see I was built. I can't do nothing. I got my clothes, my children, store, everything in the house. Tell me come in, I don't find nothing. I feel bad. I feel bad. Vraiment feel bad. See, tell me leave my children. Tell them come back, I don't find my children.
Clutching her young daughter in her arms, Natasha Prince Thompson showed us the charred remains of her home. The 28-year-old mother of 2, who also has an 18-year-old son, says she lost her home of 6 years and everything inside it. While she spent the night with her sister, she has no idea where she'll sleep tonight.
I can't tell you what happened now. I want some place I live in, my daughter.
Inside this small church tucked in the corner of the Shantytown, officials from social services met with affected residents to find out what assistance is needed. First Assistant Secretary of NEMA, Crystal Clinton, and Bishop Walter Hanchel of Great Commission Ministries say their top priority is providing food and shelter to the displaced.
Social services, as indicated earlier, they were here and they did an assessment yesterday. So since this fire has occurred, we're going through to see those persons who may need assistance, those persons who may need food or clothing or housing, particularly for tonight.
We plan to render assistance by way of shelter, food, clothing, and other articles for these families that have been devastated.
However, for some residents, that's not enough. 24-year-old Joycelyn Samilian, who is a father of 2, says residents were recently told they had 30 days to vacate this property.
If they give the people 30 days, at least they see no proper way to move the people out. Even though they're Haitians, they come from Haitian, they humans too. Everybody have rights.
But in 7 months, I ain't wake. I have kids, man. My kids got to eat, they got to drink.
Even though 7 months I ain't waiting, you still ain't have enough money to put in 1 month to rent no apartment. So you have nowhere to go. Nobody have nowhere to go.
Last month, Environment Minister Kenra Dorset said government intends to crack down on shantytowns, warning there would be consequences for residents not operating within the law. However, 40-year-old father of 7 McDonald Safran says this community is all he knows and all he can afford. The Haitian Bahamian also revealed that most of them pay rent. He and 26-year-old Jacqueline Samilian are now turning to government for help.
Some people pay $40, some people pay $50, some people pay $60, some people pay up to $300 and something a month. Yeah. This ain't no game.
Household. And they wake up, they ain't got no food, nothing. No clothes, nothing, children them bareback, barefoot, what they gonna do? Ryan Penn and them, we vote them in, and I want them to hear me. We vote y'all in, and y'all gotta come and help.
How many children would you say live in this community?
We have almost
Over
200,
500.
300, 400 children, little babies, infants,
Little young ones.
children.
And
Some people have 6 and 7 children.
Station Bahamian skits.
if
Because I used to fella with 7 kids. And I'm a born Bahamian.
Residents also voiced these concerns to NEMA officials. Clinton says they are systematically taking information from residents and will assist in whatever way they can. However, she would not comment on whether government officials have spoken with the owner of this property. Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonik Toot.
Well, police have a mystery on their hands. Detectives are trying to find out the identity of a woman whose badly decomposed body was pulled from waters at Potterski Dock yesterday and how she ended up there. The body was discovered around 3:10 p.m. and was later retrieved by police and divers from a nearby vessel. According to police, the body was in the advanced stage of decomposition. Police say they will have to wait on results of an autopsy and a DNA test to determine the woman's identity and cause of death. Meantime, police on Long Island are investigating a traffic incident that killed a young man last night. Residents of Clarencetown tell our news team that the victim was a frequent visitor to the island. 25-year-old Jacob Robert Jaworski, a Canadian, was killed when he lost control of the red Toyota he was driving and crashed into a utility pole on Queens Highway. That incident happened around 8 p.m., just a few feet away from Harbor Breeze Villas where he was staying. Jaworski was pronounced dead at the scene. 43-year-old Modesta Colebrook is back in police custody today after he was shot by officers last night. Colebrook, who was on bail for unlawful sexual intercourse, was wanted for allegedly violating bail conditions. He was shot by police in Yellow Elder Gardens around 9 o'clock and taken into custody.